Hello and welcome to the eighth question of this LeetCode problem. In our journey of solving LeetCode problem set question 1 till we reach a mastery level of DSA, we'll keep on solving, and currently we are at the eighth question. This eighth question has a difficulty level of medium. We won't care what the difficulty level is for our questions, for our problem sets. We'll keep on solving because every question gives us a new way of thinking how to solve problems and how to keep our approach for solving the problems. Every problem has something hidden into it, and we get to learn so many things from these problem statements. So, the important thing while solving any question is the problem statement. To understand a problem statement and then writing out the algorithm, how we are going to solve this problem. We can also write a rough uh, answers. How can we solve it visually, and then we can find out a pattern which will help us to solve it using a data structure from our programming language. So this question is to implement a function which converts a string to a 32-bit signed integer, similar to C or C++ A to I function. Okay, so those who are not familiar with C++ or C, and as in this playlist and in our all the videos, we are solving the problems with JavaScript, a very basic and I think a very easy language to start with. So definitely you must know parse and parse float functions, built-in functions, which help us to convert a string to a number. So all of these strings, what they do is they check if the starting part of the string contains a number, okay, and it ignores all the other non-digit characters, okay, after that number. Consider our number is 1 2 3 and a b c d g f, okay, whatever. So if we convert this to string, we expect it to give 2 3 1 2 3, okay. Similarly, if we have ABCD 1 2 3 4, this will return 0, or it will not convert it into number. You can see it can convert NaN, okay, not number. So here we are supposed to return 0. So let's read it once, okay, and see what we have to do in this problem statement. So first we have to read in and ignore any leading white spaces. Leading white spaces means, consider we have spaces, and then we have this number. So we have to ignore that numbers, okay, and whatever the strings after that we have to also ignore that. So check if the next character is minus or a plus. So they are saying that if you have spaces, just ignore it, okay, just ignore it. And then if you have minus or if you have plus, store it somewhere, okay. I'm just thinking about how we are going to solve this problem, so I'm saying that let's store it somewhere if we have plus or minus, because as they are saying that we need to check next character, read the character, if it is either negative or positive, assume the result positive if neither is present, okay. So then we are saying read in the next characters. So what I understand is we are going to convert it and check it character by character, character by character, character by character, okay. So that will be our first approach. And then we are seeing that if we have negative positive, then just what I'm thinking is we'll store it somewhere, okay. We'll store it. If we have spaces, we will remove it. If we are minus that was plus, we'll also remove that and store somewhere else, so that we got our sign. Now we got this string. Okay, so read the next the characters until the next non-digit character. So we have to read this number until we reach the non-digit character, or the end of the input is reached, the rest of the string is ignored. Okay, so they're saying if we are at the end of the array, that means if we are here, we need to read till there, or if we reach a non-digit character, then we have to stop there. Okay, now we have to convert these digits into an integer. Okay, so we are saying we went through this thing. Okay, we traversed through our string, we removed any non-integers, uh, we removed uh, this positive sign, negative sign, we removed the white spaces. Okay, now we are saying we convert this digits into integers. Okay, we have 1 2 3, we convert it into 1 2 3. We have 0 0 3 2, we convert it to 2. So if no digits were read, then the integer is 0. Okay, and change the sign is necessary from step 2. So we have sign which we have stored earlier somewhere. We can apply that sign after we get the answer. So this will give us 2 3 1 2 3. And if we had stored the sign, if it was positive here or negative here, we have stored it somewhere. Okay, and then we can apply that here. Okay, so now next is if the integer is out of the 32-bit integer range. So if our answer is below this or above this, then we need to clamp the integer so that it remains in the range. Okay, specifically integers less than 2 raised to minus 2 raised to 31 should be clamped to minus 2 raised to 31. Okay, and integers greater than 2 raised to 31 minus 1 should be clamped to 2 raised to 31 minus 1. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. So let's return the integer as final result. That's it. See, I'm once again telling you, if you read this thing, the statement, twice or thrice, or even 4 times, it's not an issue. Unless and until you don't understand it, you shouldn't move forward. That's a clear case. Okay, so let's start visualizing what we are going to do. As you already seen, I'll get a string. So we'll get 42. What we'll do in that case? We have got a string. We need to traverse to that string, right? So we'll start like this. So this is a bad idea definitely to write the code directly. We need to traverse through a string. Okay, but there can be different cases like this. There will be spaces, there will be negative sign. So with that also we need to consider, because these statements are very important to solve this problem. Otherwise be left with so many unsolved test cases. Okay, so before traversing through the string, we need to check if we have check if white spaces and remove them. Okay, then we have to check if negative or positive sign and store it somewhere. Then now I guess we have did everything we wanted till step 1 and step 2. Now we need to read until the next non-digit character. Okay, so this is our break. So while we traverse, if we find a non-digit character, okay, we will stop. At any moment we find a non-digit character, we will stop, because non-digit characters are allowed while reading a string, converting a string to integer. Non-digit characters are allowed at the end of the integer. Okay, so like this is allowed. Okay, if this was before 4193, it would have not been, we would have not been reading this, and that will return us 0 or not a number. Okay, so that's how this built-in functions work. Okay, so we traverse through it, and while traversing, traverse to string and check non-digit non-digit integer and break. Okay, so let's do that. First of all, we'll check first white spaces and remove them. So in our JavaScript, in any programming language, we have functions to trim white spaces, okay, from a string. So in our JavaScript, we have it as let's call it temp string is equal to s dot trim. Okay, so our temp string will be now, considering our s is space 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 minus 42. So as we have now removed our spaces, our string is now minus 42. Okay, so now next step is check if negative or positive sign is stored somewhere. So we got the positive sign and negative sign. So we'll check, we'll apply here is, I think we should store a sign instead of saying is negative positive. That will be two cases to check. So we'll check the sign if sign is negative or positive. So first of all, if sign is, how do we get to know that sign is negative or positive? So we need to check the first occurrence of the element. We can call it temp str of 0th element is equal to minus, then we'll call -1, otherwise we'll call 1. And why am I writing -1 and 1 is because after, once we get a number, like if we parse the number to 42, then we can multiply it by -1 to get minus, and we can multiply it by 1 to get 1. Okay, I know you must be thinking about case where it is -0, because 0 doesn't have a sign, so in that case it will be 0 itself. Okay, and in any of the cases it will follow this rule where it is -1, will have multiplied by -1, and if it's +1, then multiplied by 1. So we have stored our sign. Next step is traverse through the string. So we got our sign, we got our temporary string. Now we also need a variable to store our number, which will be converted, this number which we are going to return. So let's call it let's num is equal to, initially we'll keep it 0. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a for loop where I'll start from 0. I will go till the end of the string. And what string we are taking here? We are taking temporary string dot length. So I is less than temporary string dot length, and I plus plus. Okay, so before going forward with temp string, we know that we still have the minus sign here, and if we go and check if our digit is a non-digit character, we will find minus sign as non-digit and our loop will break. Therefore, as we already saw our sign here, after that we can remove this sign from our string. So we can again reassign temp string is equal to, we can say temp string dot substring 1 till the end. So if we just pass one index, it will start from that index and it will go till the end. So 0 1 we start from here and go till the end. So we get 42 now as our temp string. Okay, so now we have got 42 now, but it's still a string, so we now parse it. Okay, so first check, we need to apply here is if it's a non-digit character, then we are going to break. But how do we know that it's a non-digit character? Simply, JavaScript has a function to check %. JavaScript has a function called %, by which we can convert a string into a number. But if we had to use that in the first place itself, I would have just called that function, that built-in function, and I would have returned the number given by that function. But we don't have to use built-in functions, and we have to try our own logic to solve this function. This is similarly like %, okay, which converts strings into numbers. So now we take a look at so we'll first we need to check how we are going to pass this each character into a number. Okay, so in JavaScript what happens is uh, we typecast a number, we typecast a string into a number if we do an operation on it. Consider we do a multiply or add or subtract a string with a number, or a string with a string. Okay, I will give you a live example by just trying here. Okay, just in the developer consoles I will type empty string or a 0 multiplied by 1, it will be 0. 1 2 multiplied by 1, it will be 1. So the strings, okay, the strings, if you do operation on strings, they are converted into their equivalent digits. The string are converted into digit because we are doing an operation, and operations are performed only on integers. So at first place they are converted into the numbers, and then they are multiplied. If we do plus, it will be 21. This is concatenation of a string. Okay, so what I will do is I will subtract. Okay, in that case it will not concatenate. So because plus has two different meanings in JavaScript, plus is also used to concatenate two strings, plus is also used to add two numbers. So minus is not used to concatenate two strings. Minus has only subtraction operation, and in that case it will try to subtract two numbers, and if it doesn't find any number, it will convert it to number first, and then it will do the operation. So in our case, if I add 1 2 3 4 5 6, because I'm subtracting it from the 0, I will always get the same number. So we can use that logic here. If I use any other number, I will get a nan. That is not a number. Okay, okay. So that's it, that's it. So if I want to also check if a number is nan, I have number dot is nan property, where I can check if SSS minus 0 is nan. Yeah, it's true, it's nan. If I have number, it's not nan. If I have a string, it's nan. Okay, so I got two things by which I can determine if my number is if my string is a number or not. Okay, so I will apply that check here. So number dot is nan. So we have temp string of I minus 0. So that will give us if the number is nan or not. If it is a number, it will be converted to number. Okay, I will use it separately. Okay, and call it typecasted string to number, and I will save it here, store it here. I will call it here. If it is a number, then it will be not nan. If it's nan, then we'll break it. Okay, we'll break the loop and come out, and at the end we need to return num. Okay, so because we break and we got consider we got a string here and then a number and string, so that will fail and definitely we get 0 return. Okay, so we'll continue with our case, which is 42. Okay, so what happened for 42 is we have first number here. Okay, so we have 4, which is a string. To convert it to a number, we have already written a typecast string to number. We'll use that. Okay, so how will we assign number is equal to we'll assign it to number definitely, but how are we going to add it? I will call typecast string to number. Now we have 4 with us. Okay, so but now how? Every time we run this loop, we'll be initializing, we'll be assigning 4 here, then the next loop we'll assigning 2 here, but that doesn't work, right? We need to, we have, as we're starting from here, we can use the unit logic. Okay, which we use in the palindrome problem, which we use in the reverse string problem. We can use the unit thing here. Okay, so we can multiply the previous number, which is 4, into 10. Okay, and add this current number. So how does this work is the number currently 0 into 10, 0 plus 4. So 4 is added to the number. Now the next string is 2. Okay, and then we get 2 as a number. We multiply 4 into 10, that is 40, plus 2 gives us 42. Similarly, any number of units will be multiplied by 10. So if we have more units, we multiply by 10 and continue multiplying until we reach the end of the string. So this is how our answer will come as 42. But now, as we know, we need to return it with sign. So we'll reassign it saying num multiply by equal to sign. This will give us a number with sign, positive or negative. Next is we are going to we also have one more case where we need to check if we already converted into digits. Okay, if you want, I can run it once. I'll show you. A few test cases passes. This one passes. This one fails. So we are getting a wrong number here. Okay. Some test cases are failing. Okay. So in this case, I can see we are skipping the first number. Why is that? Okay. So for all the cases I am I am starting from substring 1. Okay, that shouldn't be the case. See, if we have sign, if we have the first element as plus or minus, in that case only we should slice our string. Okay, we should remove our first string and store it as a sign. So if it is minus or it is plus, then only we do that. Okay, I think this will pass our case. First case passes. The second case passes. Is already passing, and third case fails. It says that I'm reading the space also and converting it to 0. But I already stopped when I got a non-digit character, but I didn't stop for non-digit character, I think a space. So what happens for space, we can check here. If I subtract space from 0, we get 0. Okay, because converting space doesn't work. Okay, because space is nothing and we subtract nothing from 0, then we get 0. Okay, if we had some number, then we'll definitely get that number. If we had 0, we'll get 0. If we had nothing, we'll also get 0. That's the case. That's why we can put this case. Okay, to put this case, we can apply a check here. Also, we also need one more check where just after trimming we can check if our string is empty. Then also we can return 0 plus what was our current case is if we have a space, we can add it here itself, or our temporary string, the current is space, then also will break space. Okay, yep, so that will work. Yeah, let's run it, and I think all three of the cases will pass with no issues. But as these three cases doesn't contain this range question, this range test case, so let's put it first here. Okay, and then we can move forward. To put it like this, I will first, we already added a sign, so I can check here if number is greater than equal to math dot power of 2 raised to 31 minus 1. I think that will be confusing for me. I need to write it down here so I can use the perfect values. Yeah, this is it. If it is greater than this, let's return this, and let's close this window, and I want to return this. Same if it is less than equal to this, we return this. So specifically integers less than 2 raised to minus 31 should be climbed to 2 raised to minus 31. So we'll have, if it is less than, then we return this. Okay, yeah, I guess we just checked for math dot power 2 raised to 31 minus 1. What if we say minus 31? Okay, great. Let's know. Okay, I guess we are right here. Okay, my bad, I missed the minus sign here. Okay, this is the case here where we should add 1 in the minus case, where if it is less than equal to 8. Okay, that's it. So please look out for this two cases where I'm just confused with these numbers. Okay, we just have to check if it is in that range and return. Otherwise, the most important solution is this. So just look out for this and these three things. Okay, so that's it for today's video, and we'll surely meet in the next question, which is the 9th question, and we soon are reaching to the 10th question, and after that we'll start our efficient problem solving from question number 1 again till question number 10. Okay, still with that we also move on to our next questions continuously. Okay, so we'll be posting out two videos, okay, at the same time. One for efficient problem solving, starting from first video, first question, and new questions coming throughout. Okay, so let's stop here and we'll meet in the next video. If you have any questions, just put it down in the comment. We'll try to answer most, because I will also get to learn from your questions. Okay, so that's it. Bye bye, have a great day.